welcome to Crackers and Milk. This is your host, David. I am joined by Jake and Michael. We are going to be talking about music and lyrics right now. And Jake he has our synopsis.
Former music superstar Alex Fletcher, played by Hugh Grant, used to pack them in back in the 1980s, but now he is reduced to playing nostalgia tours and county fairs. He scores a chance at a major comeback when reigning pop diva Cora Corman, stupid name, asks him to write a song for her, but he hasn't written anything in years and cannot compose lyrics anyway. Noticing that Sophie, played by Drew Berrymore, the plant lady, has a way with words, Alex proposes that he and Sophie make beautiful music together.
Yes. So this movie was actually chosen by me on the list. So it is my paragraph or why I couldn't live without this movie. Ever since I've been young, I've always enjoyed music. I would listen to music, listen to some of the things that I remember growing up. At the tail end of the 90s, because that's when I do remember things like New Kids on the Block, Madonna, those sorts of bands are very nostalgic to me. And then also my older siblings would listen to music, and in listening to those music, I have some memories of them. And so when I hear those songs, I feel, just nostalgic about it. And music has always been important to me in just life. Sometimes when you're down and out, music has been the only thing that has really, or one of the things that has gotten me out of the slump quicker than anything else. So that's some of the reason why I like this movie. I do like Hugh Grant. I do like Drew Barrymore and their things, but the music is more appealing to me. The song of Way Back Into Love, how it was written and what the lyrics are, is just an amazing song. So that's why I chose this one. That's why I couldn't really live without it. Because watching this movie for the first time was like, this is an awesome movie. And that's all I really thought about it. So that's why I couldn't live without this movie.
Nice.
It's just a great movie.
Awesome.
But yeah. Okay, so what have you guys thought of the chemistry and the character development of these two characters?
Age.
So you can kind of notice that Hugh Grant is quite a bit older than Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. That
didn't bother me so much because of the way they set it up. He is a pop star from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she said that her older sister, who is Kristen Johnson, who is really 7 years older than Drew Barrymore, loved his band.
Yeah, the band Pop.
Yeah, Pop.
Based on Wham.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought their chemistry was just fine.
Yeah.
Chemistry was good. The age difference was just, it was fine until they made out, and I was like, oh. To me, I was like, oh, gee. Like, I know it's romantic, but in 14 years, people, yes, it's not that bad.
Did they seem 14? Like, I know that there was a little bit, like Jake said, there you could tell there's a little bit, but did it seem like, did it feel that way? Or did it feel more of like, oh, they're like not double digits apart, but single digits apart?
I didn't even think of actual numbers. I was just like, oh, he's older than her. It's kind of weird, but...
Well, that didn't bother me.
Yeah.
But no, great together.
Yeah. Want to know something funny about this movie? Me and Allison put it on our wedding registry, and nobody bought it for us.
So Allison likes this movie.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or it was really just top of mind because we saw it when we were engaged. So
Yeah, that's cool. So they're great chemistry.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. The whole
were they funnier than Notting Hill, or were they just about the same?
Ooh.
I think Hugh Grant is hilarious.
I think Hugh Grant in this movie is like, he's funny. I think Hugh Grant is funny.
He's a different character, so yes, he's automatically funny because he was in a rock 80s band. He's not a traveling bookstore
How dare
guy.
you? How dare you? Anyways. Yeah.
So
they had good chemistry.
Was it more believable than Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
To me, that's what I think, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Then what spoke to you about this movie?
Oh.
Mainly the music.
Music, yeah.
I love, the whole, when he gets to know her,
Yeah.
and she is a writer and a poet, and he, looks up her stuff, and that need for him to have that writer in his life again. Like that chemistry of that, the musician and the writer. What if I think it was beautifully put together.
Yeah.
That whole, it was perfect.
Yeah.
So
I think for me, what spoke is, as I was rewatching it today, because I wanted to just refresh myself on it, is a lot of doing those things. It brought me back to when you guys started to when you started to date your guys' wives and that sort of thing. They would say something. I don't know if you guys did this, but they would say something and you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I've never done that. And then you try it on your own to see, oh, why does this person like this? And that's what I felt that they were doing. He got the book to say, I just want to see. And then she got his CD.
Oh, that's
right. What happened? Okay, well, why was it like this? And so I think that in reality, kind of those actions speak to you as a person, because they like something and then you try and figure out, well, why do you like that? Because Olivia, she loves Angels and Demons.
Okay.
The book.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh, I love that book. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll just read it to give it a shot to see why she likes it. And then when I started reading, I was like, oh, yeah, I get why you like it. It's a really good, well-written book about stuff. And so I thought that to me kind of spoke, and that's reality of what they were doing, because you're just trying to learn more about this one person instead of saying, oh, but you're studying them on your own instead of them telling you everything, and you're trying to figure things out on your own. But
I like that you brought that up with the CD. She learns who he's not with the CD, because the CD was, you had no soul in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is I didn't think of it like that. That's cool.
So okay, favorite parts. What were you guys' favorite parts in this movie?
I like when she's first watering the plants and he's there with the edgy lyricist, and she keeps saying, because there's a clown above my bed.
Yeah.
That was funny. And then I of course I like the final concert. Yeah. Because she felt like the artist, whatever her name was, Cora. Yeah. Was ruining the song that they wrote together. And then after Hugh Grant's song, asking her to come back, and then they sing the original version and they meet backstage. I love that part.
That original version is so good.
Yeah.
That's what, tying in with real life, original versions of songs are usually better than remakes.
Oh, yeah.
Not all the time. Jake, calm down.
Okay, hold on that one.
In Cora's life.
Remake,
Whoa. Let's not get on a tangent here.
We don't need to go down the
It's not
But Mike doesn't know. I could play him songs that he doesn't even know are covers.
Yeah.
That's true, people. I'm really bad with
Because covers are wonderful. Sometimes, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But in the movie, the
the way that Cora was doing it,
we don't want
terrible.
the Indian weird lap
Because
dance.
Shakira and
breathing down my neck. I just want to dance.
yes, you can see she's just a whiny girl.
Yep. She was good in the movie. She did her part well.
Yes, she did.
Teenage pop star.
Of weird
of that time.
I went more with the dinner scene once again. I love the dinner scenes
where
he comes over
to the sister's place,
to the sister's place, and the sister is infatuated with him,
loves him,
loves him. And I know it seems so dumb, but the part where she's piling potatoes on his plate just seems so funny to me.
Oh, you'll like them.
Oh, you'll like them. Oh, that's enough. Say when, and she just keeps piling. When.
Then, what's funny is after that, it's like the next scene, and she's like scraping a whole lot of potatoes.
That's great. Yep. It's.
Yeah.
Kristen is amazing. Right?
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Definitely.
She's a very funny actress.
She's a very funny actress. And I was talking to Dave earlier that she needs to be in more things, but she plays that part so well as somebody who would be infatuated with an 80s rock band person.
Yes.
Oh, she's so good. I believed her.
But that also plays under a part with Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah.
Because she was infatuated with Newman.
Yep.
It's like you're infatuated with Newman. It's where it's very she's believable. I'm not saying she's not believable, but it's like, oh, you like Newman though.
Right.
You just like him. So,
yeah, she's so good though.
What did you like, Jake? Or what spoke to you? Your favorite part? We're on your favorite part, right?
He did the favorite part.
Oh, okay.
I already did it.
Okay. Well, my favorite part, I have a few.
That's fine. It's your movie.
I know. Okay, my favorite part is one of my favorite parts is when they're sitting at a coffee house and Drew Barrymore is talking about about the book that was written after her, and she's all whining, or not whining, but just her sob story about it, and he just says, she comes to him and she says, well, what if your heroes came and said that you sucked? What about Smokey Robinson? He's like, oh, Smokey wouldn't do that. He's a gentleman. Well, what about Dylan? What if Dylan came and told you that you were a terrible lyricist? And then Hugh Grant, he says three things, but the last thing he says is he did say that to me. But if you didn't catch it, and you didn't pay attention, you would have missed the funny part of his idol did come and say he sucked at writing. I thought that was one of my favorite parts. And then the dancing, the music video at the end of the credits.
Oh, the VH1 style.
The VH1 style. Where
I did enjoy that.
They talked about where, they kind of did the VH1 pop-ups where they were talking about stuff. And one of my favorite things is their signature dance hip move. Everybody in the band had to have their hip replaced except Alex.
I think it was just the lead singer, wasn't it? He had to have his hip replaced.
No, I think it said everybody. All the band members except Alex. Cool. That's all I'm saying.
We'll give it to Dave. It's his favorite movie.
Okay, I'll give it. But he's wrong. So.
I think you're wrong. You are wrong.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But you'll never admit that you're wrong.
Because I'm never wrong.
I know.
You're not my wife. I'm never wrong.
And then just Brad Garrett. I like him as his Alex's manager. Mm-hmm. He has some funny lines in it. Not really laugh out loud funny lines, but those are funny. And then Drew Barrymore and Alex and Hugh Grant, like their interactions with each other are really good, and to me they're really good, and they play well with each other for the most part. So I don't know. I think that those are some of my favorite parts about the movie. But
yeah,
I think I was rambling.
No, it's good.
Okay, best lines.
Oh boy,
Do you have any?
I don't think I have any best lines on here.
So it's pretty much the songs
Yeah.
for me.
Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah.
a good best line.
Because
The
I said,
the lyrics of the song she makes, I think the best lines is not the first, it's those second set of lines that she makes at the end. They have, 36 hours, the final resolution of the song.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear it for the first time, you actually listen, just so good. Those lyrics are so... Do I have them? No. Did you want me to get them?
No.
Anyway.
yeah.
No, did you know that's the only time in the movie that
That's the only time they're sung.
they're sung?
Yeah.
And that's the only
That's
one.
the only time you get
It's
to
like,
hear
whoa.
it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
In the studio.
And which is great, the movie. It's great that she still writes it even after, because he says some pretty mean things to her. And but I don't think listening to it, it's not like he said anything mean. Would you agree? And I don't know if it was mean. It was just true of who she is, and
exactly.
He says it exactly how it is to her, which sounds mean, but I think the truth can be hard for some people. And I think she takes it and goes home and writes those lyrics, and the lyrics were just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoever really wrote those lyrics is good, because that song was in my head all day yesterday and all day today, and I kept whistling it at work, and I bet people were thinking I was crazy. It's such a good song. I love it.
I think somewhat they were a little harsh because of to me it was below the belt what he did.
Yeah.
And it was like what she did, she listened to it and she just said, well, that's not you.
Right.
And then he comes in and he says, that is you.
Yeah.
That's you.
True.
And it's like, understandable, yes, that's true. But
I think he could have stopped.
He's like, well, yeah.
Jake, what's up?
Yeah.
It's a movie, guys.
I know.
I know, but I think sometimes it's characteristic of men that we say stupid things.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
I say stupid things. So that was perfect.
And so you get in trouble. You just get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because even though it's the truth, you get in trouble for the truth. Because you need to tell the truth, but you need to come with a soft punch. He came with a full punch to her face.
And then the punch on top of that was when they're at the concert, and she says he's going to come out and play, and he
new song.
Wrote this song, take her out of it.
Yeah.
And if you're watching it for the first time, it's like,
I know,
he stole her glory.
Yeah.
What a
What a
douche.
jerk. Yeah. And then it comes.
and in that song, he mentions how she killed the plants.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the dinner scene, because she says, well, it depends, like the sister says, well, it just depends on what they do for you, something crazy.
Yeah.
So
That was a good song, too.
Mm-hmm. That's a good song. My favorite line is actually from the same part that I talked about earlier, where they were talking about why a song is just as important as writing a novel.
Mm-hmm.
And when Sophie just discredited songwriting, she just said, Alex was like, well, yeah, of course, pop music or any type of songwriting isn't very good. And then Hugh Grant says back to her, you can take all the novels in the world and not one of them will make you feel as good as fast as, and then he sings this, I got sunshine on a cloudy day. And I think that's true about music, period.
Mm-hmm.
You're down, you're out, one song can help you.
Yep.
Novels are great. I love reading. I'm not saying that they're not, but they don't have that instant effect that music has for you, to the mind, and to your outlook of life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's my favorite.
Well, that kind of goes along with when the first lyricist is in his room and he's saying those words, and then when he plays the piano with those words, it changes the words. Like the words have different meaning, and not dorky, but I love it. Play it in A minor or something, and he starts it a different way, and it does. Now the words have a different meaning. So
So yeah, and like listening to these songs and listening to the words and all that stuff, because I remember when I was young, because kids still have this argument when you talk to them about music, they always say, I don't listen to the lyrics, I just listen to the music.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, I get that, but lyrics are just as important as music is, and you really do pay attention to the lyrics, but you just don't admit it when you're young. Yep. So yeah, I don't know. This whole movie with music and all that stuff just speaks to you, and I think it's wonderful. But it's my personal opinion.
Yes, it's a very good movie.
Okay, recommendation then. How once a year?
10 to 20 years.
10 to 20 years.
Every 5.
Every 5.
Yeah.
So you'll do Notting Hill 2 to 3, but you'll do this one at 5?
Yeah.
Huh. See, and I would go to the 3 with this
3?
one. Yeah.
I was actually, before we watched this movie, before we were supposed to watch this movie, I thought I bought this movie. Mm. I didn't buy it. I was like, what? And I bought it, but because I want the movie, because I've always liked it. I would say 1 to 2. 1 to 2.
It's good.
It's good enough for that, where that music is really good. It hits the spot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Okay, sweet. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully, I hope you enjoyed it. Please go watch this movie of music and lyrics. Please listen to us. Please subscribe. We are on most all podcasting formats. Thank you, and have a great day.